Hey, good afternoon, guys. Tush coming at you. It's Tuesday, July the 8th, and we're back out in the garage. About 12:30 in the afternoon. Not a great day outside today, as you saw. It's about 78 degrees Fahrenheit. Kind of overcast and cloudy, and definitely looks like it's going to rain or thunderstorm later in the day. Anyway, late start today. But we were working in the house a little bit earlier, trying to gather up some parts for this restoration. And I went through a bunch of bins in the basement and pulled out what I wanted to put on the car, or what I needed immediately anyway. So we've got a small bin of parts there, and we need to go through some more bins I've got up here on the mezzanine, and I've got the garden shed stuffed with parts as well. And we'll need to go through those and dig out what we need. So yeah, it sounds simple about finding parts, although I do have them divided downstairs in the basement and elsewhere. Got to remember that I've got the TR6 here, and I've got a ton of parts for, and then I've also got the TR250 on the side of the house that I have a ton of parts for, so they all add up. Oh, and if you didn't know, and some of you may not know, I actually had a parts car for this car that had been in a bad accident, so I stripped all the parts of that car, so I basically got another full TR3A's worth of parts kicking around as well. So what I've been doing is between the two TR3s, I've been picking the best parts to use for the most part, and I'm using existing parts where I can, and then if they're too far gone, like most of the rubber parts obviously, I've bought new parts. So this bin is actually a mixture of new parts and old parts. Anyway, I think what we'll do this morning, or sorry, this afternoon, is we'll dig those bins off of the mezzanine, take a look at those, and we'll go through the garden shed, pick out what I need out of there, and then we'll get back to working on the car. Alright guys, so this is why it becomes a bit of a challenge to find stuff. This is the garden shed, and you can see the bins buried in here, along with some of my gardening stuff and who knows what. Anyway, this is insulation in the brown bags. This is insulation for the garage doors. We're going to insulate the garage for the winter. So we got a ton of tires back in there. I don't know if you can see that or not, but there's a spare transmission cover, blah blah blah. So yeah, we'll unpack this and we'll see what we need, and then we'll throw it back in there, and hopefully don't get rained on in the process. I just had a tree that was in danger of falling, so I've got the town out here chopping it down, or trimming it at least. Had a big crack in the main trunk, and it was going to fall on the mailbox or on the sidewalk. So too bad. It's a nice tree, but better to be safe than sorry. Poor guys ran into a hornet's nest and knocked it down out of the tree, so the guys just got stung a couple times. So they're just waiting for the wasps or hornets or whatever you want to call them to disperse. Anyway, and it's raining. Not a pleasant job today. So I was just speaking to the foreman who just showed up, and apparently that whole tree has to come down, which is really unfortunate. I'm not sure how old it is, but it's huge. See how big it is. Anyway, it's causing a danger to the people walking into the sidewalks, people going to the mailbox, posing a danger to my property and my fence. So the whole thing is going to come down. Anyway, they said they plant a new tree there, but anyway, thought I'd give you an update. It makes me sad. Pretty amazing what you can do with a little pole saw. That's all he's used to take down this tree so far. Figure out how to get the big part away from the fence now, so it looks like they're tying it off, and they're going to pull it so it doesn't fall on the fence. That's a good thing. Well, we're getting there. Well, they got the rope tied up. And she's pouring now. Alright boys, here she goes. We got the big saw out now. Looks like it's got the notch cut. Alright boys, here we go. Alright, she's down. We're going to make that side of the house look a whole lot different, that's for sure. So much for not being able to see into the backyard. So there's the aftermath. Just an old stump and lots of light. Anyway, I'll probably have to clean up my backyard a bit more now. I think I could park a couple cars back there. What do you think? Take out a section of the fence. Put a little lean-to against the house. Oh yeah, I can probably get 4 cars back there. Alright guys, back to work. Gonna miss that tree though. Definitely a waste of a day so far. I mean, 3 o'clock, basically watched them cut a tree down. I searched around for a few parts in my storage shed. Didn't get too far. Found a few things, not what I was looking for. So we'll get up on the mezzanine now and we'll try to pull those bins down. Maybe what I'm looking for is up there. So got the ladder out of the shed at least, and we'll get up there and drag those bins down. Good evening, guys. Touch coming at you. It's about 9:30 at night, and we're just closing up the garage for the night, and really a pretty non-productive day. So we did manage to get a few things done. Well, took me a lot of time to do that. Actually, it took me more time than I thought. I actually had to get the heat gun out and heat that up a little bit so I could get the tubing on. These are the drains for this area here. I did manage to get the splash guards on the front here. I don't know if you can see that or not. So those are on. And the only other thing I did was I got the gas tank put together. I got the sending unit, the overflow on, and we got some jute for the straps ready to go. I tried to cut a piece of jute for underneath the tank, and it's a little bit too long, so it's got to be trimmed. That stuff makes an awful big mess. But that's about it. That's all I got done for today, so not much at all. Kind of disappointed. Oh, put my floor plugs in. That's pretty exciting stuff. So that's about it. Hopefully we'll get to do a bit more out here tomorrow. I don't think it's supposed to be too bad of a day tomorrow. It's supposed to be quite cool, actually, only about 18 degrees Celsius. So 18 degrees Celsius is probably about 67, 68 degrees. So quite a big difference in temperature. And it looks like we're in for a pretty big storm tonight. Wind's blowing pretty hard, getting pretty dark out. So I would think that there's a thunderstorm coming. Anyway, so end of a long day today, and sort of sad to see that tree go, but less sad when I know the wind's blowing like this, because this is the kind of night where that tree could have easily come down. So anyway, we'll call it a night, and we'll get out here tomorrow.